Hello everyone, this is the teaser video for this coming Sunday, June 22nd. And I wanted to ask you just flat out question. If someone tells you something, do you automatically believe what they say? I guess some of us would say it depends how reliable the source is, and really to know how reliable a source is, you really have to either dig into what they're saying and look up the facts, or you've done that enough times with what they say that you say this person's pretty truthful or whatever. I love to watch, most of you know this, I love to watch a lot of crime shows and dramas. I even watch occasional court TV. On occasional court TV, you have two people and the judge, and each one of them wants you to believe everything they're saying. And obviously the court, the judge usually knows the truth is somewhere in between. And I found the same thing as a pastor. People come up to you and they expect you to believe everything they say just because they said it. And, usually you get to the point where there's an accusation or something, or even if it's a story, I don't really believe everything people tell me. I don't believe most things people tell me until I've looked at in details or looked at the facts. As I said, both stories usually have two sides, and the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. And I have if I already know someone has lied to me or told me something incorrect or inaccurate, I really stop believing anything they say, because they prove to me to not be a credible witness. If they made an accusation and proved to be incorrect, I kind of believe that they're either just looking for attention or whatever, and they can't be relied upon. So with that thought, I want you to look at Deuteronomy chapter 19, verses 15 to 21. Deuteronomy chapter 19, verses 15 to 21. I want you to read this passage. It's giving the Israelites instructions on how to handle court cases and proceedings and what they need to do. So in today's world, it's in the passage, it's talking about witnesses, and it says you need to have 2 or 3 witnesses. So one person's account saying, "Oh, you're not believing me," it says that's not even enough to bring anyone to trial or accusations. Now, in today's world, there's, like us at the church, we got video cameras everywhere. So we can go back to the videotape and look, and that's the video kind of counts as another witness. And for those who don't know, anytime I have to go back and look at the video, I never do that myself. It's usually Wayne and myself and a third person. Normally it's an elder or something. That way, no one can accuse us of tampering with the tape or erasing tape, and we actually have 2 or 3 witnesses who help interpret what we see on the tape. We even make sure we do that. None of us go and look at the video by ourselves to look at anything. We always use the 2 or 3 witnesses approach. But you also see the passage in here about an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, a foot for a foot. I've heard that used a lot, and usually it's talking about kind of revenge or vengeance. Someone's looking for vengeance. They want an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. But if you look, that's not the point of it here in this passage. This is a passage about justice and judgment and making correct decisions based on facts and information. So the idea of it being a vengeance or somebody quoting that for vengeance is totally taking the scripture out of context. So I want you to look at the passage and see, this is how it was described to do today. See the penalties or how they handle someone who gives false testimony or makes false accusations. And how do you think that could be applied today to be changed? And do you think it would have, if this standard was in place today, do you think that would change today's court system, how people interacted with the police and the courts? So a couple different things to ponder on and talk about, and I look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. Until then, take care and be safe.